Malls and businesses around America are completely dying. Hey everyone, I'm the Economic Ninja here. I am going to take you through a place that I used to work at when I was younger. And it is astonishing the turnaround that's happening right here. And I'm gonna share some facts and figures with you that will blow your mind and show you how bad this is. Now, I am at an outlet center, but it's no longer an outlet center. When I was in college and going to Fire Academy, I worked here at a place called GH Bass. I don't know, let me know down below if you know what that store is. But this complex used to be full of places like Jeffrey Bean, Polo, Nautica, and stores like that, right? Fashion. And since its inception, it has been slowly dying, but it is now rapidly dying. As a matter of fact, this location is still in a very nice area of town. The building is kept up well, but it doesn't matter to these companies because the customers are no longer shopping like they used to. Now, as we go down this, I'm going to share some stories, but we're sitting in front of right now Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar Tree is an interesting company because years and years ago, when I heard about Dollar Tree, I said, that's probably the worst name ever because currency is always being debased and destroyed, right? And after a while, it becomes harder and harder to find items for $1. And the Dollar Tree has figured that out because they're no longer $1, or the packages have gotten so small that it doesn't make sense to buy it at $1 anymore. And the packaging ends up costing more than the actual items inside. So Dollar Tree is there, and it's there good because it's still doing okay, but there's not a ton of traffic coming to it. Next door, where they used to be a, oh man, my sister-in-law used to work here. Bugle Boy, I don't remember the name of the brand, but she used to work here. It's now a thrift store, right? Well, check this out. And we're about to pass one of my favorite grocery stores. It's Grocery Outlet. I don't know if you know what a grocery outlet is. They buy discounted food, and it's usually closer to its expiration date. And so of course that's gonna be thriving. But this was not built for a grocery store. This was an outlet center, right? For fashion and a place where people go buy nice clothes and suits and things like that. Not any longer. They cannot attract those kind of clients. So they have a grocery store in here. And again, I love Grocery Outlet. I think the brand is amazing. A friend of mine and a subscriber to the channel actually owns one of these grocery stores. Now check this out. This is blowing my mind. As of May 2024, retailers have announced plans to close almost 3,200 US stores in 2024, which is a 24% increase from the previous year. Some reasons for these closures include poor management, changing consumer habits, and profitability issues. Well, I'll tell you what, it's really not poor. It's really more of the fact that they just can't sell anything, right? So the latter of the 2 out of the 3. The truth is, most management of companies can't see economic cycles. They don't understand them. And so they don't catch it before it's too late. And as you're gonna see up here, you're gonna see a lot of vacant structures, and you're going to have to ask yourself the question, when are you gonna get ready for what's happening? To see a 24% increase in the closures of businesses or stores around the nation is a staggering number. 10%, when you start seeing things like unemployment hitting 10%, or companies laying off 10% or more of its employees, or profits down 10%, that 10% number is a really important one because it's sort of a psychological change in investors, consumers, and things move. When you see 24% increases in closures, that's a big number. Now, Big Five, this used to be the flagship store. It was a Polo, Ralph Lauren store. And I remember, because I worked at GH Bass, which is now the Grocery Outlet, and everybody, all the cool kids worked at Polo. And I was like, I don't know, it was a thing. But now the flagship store is a Big Five. And Big Five has had an issue. They are seeing slowdowns in their deal, right? It's slowdowns in their consumer activity and things like that. We've seen other sporting goods stores like Bass Pro Shops having all kinds of issues. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be doing a story soon where Bass Pro is now laying off a bunch of people in its marine division. Why? People don't have money for boats. Now we get into the closures, right? You've had A Dollar Tree, a grocery store, and a Big Five, right? Big chains. This store, completely empty. It's gone. It used to be a women's dress store. There ain't a ton of women come over and buying dresses now, right? Now, next you have a store that just opened up, and it's a martial arts place, right? Again, what kind of, this place used to command so much higher rent that big chains would come in here and rent. Now they're having to lower their rent to be able to get anyone they can in here. So they have a jiu-jitsu place, right? Here is a place that is closing up, and it was a cellular phone place. It's just not getting the traffic in this part of town anymore. This place right here, completely closed up. It's open for business if you want to rent a place. And then you've got Big Lots. Now check this out. Big Lots is having a problem. Big Lots is a discount retailer. Well, guess what? They're closing their doors. They're done, right? Entire store up to 30% off. And they're gonna slowly roll out bigger percentages off. This is how retailers do it, until everything in the store is gone. They don't wanna ship it away because other stores are having problems as well. So you come out here and you see this, a big, we're closing. Here you go. It says now this location only, but just so you know, that's not the case. Big Lots is actually closing stores all around the nation. And you have to ask yourself, what's next? Which big retailer is next? Now, down the row of this entire structure, closed building, closed business, another closed business. There used to be a food court down here. That's no longer. How could you sell people things to eat when there's nothing, no people showing up, right? When you start to add these things up, and I'm sure around the country you're seeing more and more of this, our economy is actually cratering. Way worse than the Great Recession, way worse than the Great Financial Crisis. But the cool thing is, because of social media and because knowledge is expanding, because it's getting out more, you can start to get ready for this kind of stuff. Also, I'll let you know the Credit Score Pro, if you want to build up your credit score and actually be ready for this to access capital as the public figures this out, I'll throw a handful of discount links. It's like $39 down below. Now look, as we get to this next store, this was the Nautica store. And it's done. It's closed up. And as a matter of fact, some of these have been closed for the greater part of a decade, right? And again, this location is a nice area of town. And then at the very end, I wouldn't call it an anchor store. Again, you have another available building that was closed down. I don't remember what was there, but you've got Subway. Subway just announced an emergency meeting because they have, in the last 8 weeks, they have seen revenue fall between 8.5% and 10%. That is staggering. And so they're busy having emergency meetings trying to figure out how to get people to eat fresh again, because the consumer's tapped and the food is too expensive. Regardless of what the government tells you, it's bad and it's getting worse. I hope you're getting ready for this. If you want to build your credit score for $39, you're going to learn things that are going to change your life and change your credit score forever. If you want, there's a discount link down below. I hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.